Hello, ball bags. Welcome to frame 148 of Me1 versus Me2 Snooker. We've had a little hiatus over the summer, but we are back with very exciting snooker and trying to remember how it works. We have had a technical issue. I hope you're seeing this fine. We are able to stream. We're not able to record, but we're hoping we can use the Twitch version to put out. So good luck with that. Otherwise, this is just going to be for you, my fan friends. It's frame 148. I have to say that Kunyet Arkin Fanyetin Kalibrajar, his family got in touch very quickly after the last record to say they did not want the arena named after them. They found it disrespectful. So instead, obviously, many people will feel that the arena can only be named after one person, a huge figure of authority who we looked at with love and fear throughout our childhoods and who stayed with us all through our lives for many of us. Mrs. McCluskey from Grange Hill, who sadly died yesterday, but I'm afraid that the rules of naming the arena are very clear. No exceptions can be made, not even if, the person is a living demigod. It has to be someone who's died today, so it's not going to be Mrs. McCluskey, Gwyneth Power. May she rest in peace and in power. It can't be any queens or kings who might have died this week. I haven't really been following up with the news. So instead the arena will be named after sports person Abderrahmane Mehdawi, the Algerian footballer and manager, who I'm sure you're all aware of. Is apt because, of course, this is partly a football podcast / whatever sportscast. Also, in Algeria, self-playing snooker is one of the biggest sports that is known to man. There's a fly flying around in here today. I don't know if it's Gwendolyn Fly, but it's well done to Hampton 123 for getting not. There must have been some copy and pasting going on there. It was very quick to say not Abderrahmane Mehdawi. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. This is all flown off in the wrong direction. There we go. That's a bit better. Get the light on the talent. That's what I say. I can't really remember how this works. It's been a while since I've done it, but I notice it's 8:04, and so many of you will be waiting impatiently for the football results of 8:03, and there's a lot of them today. Liverpool are playing Ajax, the 1970s powdered toilet cleaner. It's 0-0 at the moment. B. Leverkusen. I think that's a man called B. That's his initial B. Leverkusen. There's lots of them. He's playing Atal Madrid 0-0. FC Porto, another bloke playing Club Bruges. They're all clubs, mate. You don't need to put club in the title. Club Bruges. Club Bruges by the sea. FC Porto. They love port. They love drinking port. In FC Porto, that's why they're called FC Porto 0-0 as well. Then there's a result. We're not giving that out. Bayern Munich. I like just regular Munich. 0. Barcelona 0. Can't give you the Tottenham score. That's a result. Not what I expected, I have to say though. Marseilles 0. Frankfurt, where they make the Frankfurters 0. They're too busy making Frankfurters to score. Now we're into the championship where the goals have been flying in. It's 18 to 20 minutes into some of these games. Blackburn 0, Watford 0, Huddersfield 0, Wigan 0, Hull 0, Stoke 0, Middlesbrough, my dad's team 0, Cardiff 1. Going to be hot time in the old town tonight up in Borough. If that results stay the same, there'll be some old Benson Street will be smashed up. Cleethorpe Avenue, what was it called? Clepstone Avenue, that's it. That'll be all smashed up. Other Middlesbrough Road, Roman Road, that'll be smashed up. Swansea 0, Sheffield United 0, Preston 0, Burnley 0. That's only 3 minutes old, that game, but pretty poor fucking play from the Championship there. 1 goal just from the Cardiffians. Into League One, Barnsley 0, Port Vale 0, Burton 0, Portsmouth 0. Charlton, now one of their team got the ball, knocked it up, got it on the head of the right. He nodded it down, bang in the goal. Someone knocked it into the goal. 1 and Forest Green 0. All Forest are green. That's not what a stupid name. Cheltenham 0, Cambridge 0, Ipswich 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Lincoln Green. I call it Lincoln City. Everyone else calls it. Up against Derby, 1-0 up. One of the players whacked the ball. 20 minutes gone, bang into the net. MK Dons. That's the Michael Keaton Dons. 0, Bolton 0. They have got a bolt on. They've got to get a bolt on to win that one. Just a little bit of levity. There's a lot to get through tonight, so I'm not going to do too many jokes. I don't want to lose the 113 viewers. You know, it's really since the Queen died. Really flying the old Twitch. There's nothing else on, is there? Peterborough 0, Fleetwood 0, Plymouth 0. I mean, what's going on? Why is no one scoring any goals? Oxford United 0, Shrewsbury 0, Exeter down from the West Country there 1, Wickham 0, Accrington Stanley 0. Into League 2 now. Wimbledon. There's a lot of games, isn't there? I thought there'd be no games. Wimbledon 0, Northampton 0, Barrow 0, Doncaster 0. But then we get to a couple of matches where things have really been flying. Crawley have got a goal and Stockport have got a goal. 1 apiece. It's only 20 minutes played. Grimsby have got a goal and Gillingham have got a goal. They're 1 apiece also. Then back to Hartlepool 0, Crewe 0, Mansfield 0, Carlisle 0, Rochdale 0, Leyton Orient 0. Stevenage, my local team. And also Luton are one of my local teams. Do they play? And I hate Luton. Luton aren't even playing. Fucking cheating pricks. Stevenage 0, Newport 0. Swindon, if you like Luton, you have to leave now. You have to choose between Luton and self-playing snooker. Don't want you going in, sending the players up into the stands. Swindon 0, Sutton United 1. Tranmere, oh look, there's some goals flying in here. Tranmere 0, Bradford 1. Walsall 0, Colchester 1. Down into the National League, the most important league there is in all of the many divisions. Altrincham 0, Scunthorpe 0. There's a cunt in Scunthorpe, isn't it? And that team, there's a cunt in there. Barnet 0, Dorking 0, Boringwood I call them because they're 0-0 against Maidenhead United. Chesterfield currently top of the division, flying high, looking very good for promotion. Wrexham are the main challengers, but the Solihull Moors are doing pretty well. There's a few. Notts County looking tasty, but Chesterfield 1-0 up against Southend, looking to assure automatic promotion there and could be coming their way. Eastleigh 0, Yeovil 1. The second best team with a beginning in Y in this division. Halifax 0, Gateshead 0. They've only been playing for 6 minutes. Maidstone 0, Wealdstone 0, Notts County 0, Aldershot 0. Torquay versus Solihull flying 1-1 so the Solihull Moors. Not sure they should be allowed to call themselves that in this day and age. Woking 1, Oldham 0, Wrexham, big team, got a TV show all about them, 0, and Dagenham and Redbridge, 2 teams together. They can't even beat one little Welsh team, 0. And then the most important score so far of this whole broadcast: York 0, Bromley 0, no goals yet. National League North, this is where York City used to be. Blythe Spartans 0, Farsley Celtic 0, Boston United 0, Buxton 0, Brackley Town 0, Hereford 0. I'm glad we're not playing any of this shit teams anymore. Chester 0, Southport 0, Gloucester City 1, Telford 0. Is that flying here? Hope we're not losing view. No viewers going up. Kidderminster 0, I never filed. Peter Filed 0. Kings Lynn 1, Alfreton 0. Kings Lynn relegated last season, but looking tasty this season. Leamington 0, Kettering Town 0. Peterborough Sports, fucking hell. It's like a shop. 1, Banbury United 0. There's some right old shit in this division there. Scarborough Athletic 0, Chorley 0. Spennymoor Town 0, Curzon, Ashton, the Cinema 0. In the National League South, I'll just get through this quickly. Doing 6 minutes of this already. I mean, who would sit and watch this? Bath City 2, Weymouth 0. Dover 0, Dartford 0. Dulwich Hamlet. It's a dull hamlet that witches hang around in 0. Hemel Hempstead 0. Eastbourne Borough 0. Welling near to here 0. Ebbsfleet 1. Braintree 0. Hampton and Richmond 0. Chippenham Town 0. Slough Town 0. Taunton Town 0. St Albans, another local team versus Concord Rangers. It's the made-up team. That match has been postponed because Concord Rangers, St Albans were already played, and they realised Concord Rangers is just a made-up a team. There was no one turned up. Tonbridge Angels, again made up, but they've managed to play 1, Farnborough 0, Worthing 0, Cheshunt, another team with a cunt in it, 1. There's FA Trophy matches going on, and there's a lot of them, and they're all... in every single one, the home team has 19 and the away team has 45. I don't think we go down to the FA Trophy, do we? We're just the major leagues we do. And of course, don't forget Irish Premier Division, Derry City 1, Sligo Rovers 0. The Queen applauds as the Queen's coffin arrives at Buckingham Palace. For anyone following that story, seems a bit sick to applaud the death of an old woman, but if that's what this country has come to. Montreal 0, Chicago Fire FC 30 at the moment. That's a 12:30 kickoff. Right, someone's asking for all the FA Trophy. No. We're not going to do it. That's all the football scores. So, and that's all we've got time for today. I'm quite tired today. It's been all go. Just took my kids to football. To try out football up on the rec. They're okay. They're doing okay. Let's go over to Sybil, our resident scary doll thing that can see the future, to find out what the score will be. Hello, Richard. I predict that today the winner will be... Should I tell you what the current scores? Yes, remind me of the current scores because I've forgotten. It's 66 to Me1, 74 to Me2. Me1 won the last frame to make things a little bit closer, but I think you predicted a win. You did predict Me1 would win 47-14. You gave a score. That's pretty impressive. Do you want to give a score today? Yes, I do. I think Me1. Let me think. Close your eyes, Richard. 27 points versus Me2. Me2 will get 56, I think. That might just be wrong. It's 50 something. So you're predicting a Me2 victory by almost double, just a little bit more, double plus 2. So 29 points. That is my prediction. What I said, no, then put us under. Okay. How long do you think Prince Charles will reign for? 5 years, 4 months and 2 days. Check it. We will check it when... excuse me. So yeah, look, I'm reminding myself as much as you are reminding yourself. If I forget anything, do let me know. But yeah, the last frame, as I just said, Me1 managed to win one after quite a few losses. Wow, loads of losses. Me2 just kept winning, didn't he? But finally, Me1 broke that streak, and there's now just 8 frames. What's the point in playing when one player is so much better? Let's go over to talk to. I can see Me1 just sitting down now. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. How are you feeling, Me1? Richard, I've had the summer off. I've been practicing a lot. Annoyingly, every time I was at the old green board, I could see Me2 also at the old green board, which was annoying. And oh, look, it's a little thing saying thank you coming up. I didn't notice that happening before. Yeah, so, he's been practicing hard. I've been practicing hard, but I think I can come out the blocks. I know Me2 is starting tonight, so I'm hoping he'll go in off. Then I'll take that 4-point advantage, if more maybe, and I can build on that. And the idea would be to win. I'm not worried about Sybil's prediction. I'm very worried about it, Richard. I'm worried about everything. The camera is really jumping around. I know, I'm sorry, I don't know what that's about. We've had technical difficulties today, as I said. But, I can't really remember what we do here. So should we just get on with it? We could let the snooker do the talking. Me2's just about to sit down. How are you feeling about all this? To be honest, Richard, it's good to be back. But it did feel very much like a lockdown thing. I was hoping we would just quietly forget about this one. And let it sort of fade away. 133 viewers would have been pretty upset today. I mean, these are 133 people who sat through you reading out football scores that aren't even the final scores and are all just 0-0 anyway, and they've seemed happy to stay for that. So I would suggest they're probably sitting in some kind of facility, probably sucking jelly through a straw, and unable to make any choices. 140 people according to Loyalist UK. Don't know if I want Loyalist UK watching the. It's a shame when a show goes over to to the right wing audience, but I have to take what audience I can get. Do remember you can subscribe on Amazon Prime if you want. It's not really worth it. Do use that money for someone if you're with Amazon Prime. You can join Acast, plus.acast.com/s/RHLSTP. I don't know why I've written that down here. It's nothing to do with this. It's only for RHLSTP. And if you are a monthly badger, thank you for staying with us with monthly badgers. There will be a new pack coming through in the next few months and a new website for you. And you will be able to join as badgers again soon. I'd prefer you to do that than be with Acast, because that money goes to Acast. But, it's part of a nice deal. So thank you to Acast for all the, join. But if you like RHLSTP, and there's some great stuff just gone up on RHLSTP, Doug Stanhope video where you can see him going for a wee. We're putting up all the videos from the new series, of course. And when we don't have one, we'll put up an old one that hasn't been up yet. We've got quite a few. The new series RHLSTP are going pretty well. Very good shows last night with Sally Phillips and Reece Shearsmith. Reece will be going out tomorrow, so enjoy that, my fine friends. Thank you to Voltivic, who is still a badger. Thank you very much. Well, you'll be rewarded with a new badges, new secret code, a new whole little wallet with all that stuff in, all that kind of things. I think we're doing some Prince Andrew sweatbands and stuff as well. I don't know. Anyway, it's what Abdurrahman Melhudu would like. I hope his family aren't insulted by that pronunciation. So look, we've got prediction, we've got the players. I think we've had the football scores. I think we just want to see. First of all, just an update on the York City score. I doubt the BBC site's really there. It's still 0-0 according to the BBC site. Let's just look on Twitter. I'm really tired. I got in at midnight last night. Oh, York City. I've searched for users. I've searched for tweets rather than users. Shouldn't really do this. This is rude. Michael Cheek is found free in the penalty and gets a shot away on goal from a tight angle, but his effort is saved by Ross. Don't know if that's good or bad. But we've got a player called John Lewis, and everyone calls him the Shop. And why not? He's very good at football. Oh, if you're on Acast Plus, you can already listen to the Reece Shearsmith podcast. Dave Dogface saw it last night and is already listening to it today. That's how quickly it goes. But otherwise, you'll be able to hear Reece Shearsmith tomorrow, and you'll get the video through if you're with Acast Plus soon. Oh, you can buy their videos, gfsboxoffice.com, for both Reece and Sally for just £10, or for Bob Mortimer and Socially Distant Sports podcast bar coming up. And next week's show has been cancelled due to the death of Mrs. McCluskey. And let's get on with it. Let's go over to commentator 1, commentator 2. I mean, is it worth doing this when I'm this tired? It literally becomes just... I mean, maybe it's purer when there's no attempt at any kind of humour. Over to commentator 1, commentator 2. If commentator 2 has been signed up for the new season at the Abdurrahman Mahdudawi Arena. Thank you, Richard. It is great to be here in the arena. May think it's not as well lit as usual, and there is, thank God, to Andy McH. I just chose that name. Sorry, Richard just chose that name to make it more difficult for him to put it in, but he's very good. He can work with anything. The light has gone in the central light, and it's quite hard to change the bulbs, and I haven't got any of them upstairs. So Richard hasn't got any of them upstairs, so that's why it's the light's slightly off. Me2 is going to break, and I'm joined here by commentator 2. You're right, commentator 2? Yeah. And let's see how this season goes. Me2 in the ascendant. Look at that, Fergus Craig, the comedian. Said the players weren't staying down after their shots long enough. So let's see if that advice helps. Here comes Me1. Not very good. Me2. Oh, and that's the first point of the new season. Could be a maximum break from here. Not a bad shot there on the black, but I've forgotten which one it was. I think it was Me2, wasn't it? Me2, I think, is 1-0 up. Andy McH agrees, luckily. Me1 needs to come back here. He can't afford to lose. And that's it. That's the Me1 we were hoping we would see in this new season, sponsored by Durex. And look at that, the highest break so far this season, and Lovely Blue goes in. It's a break of 6, and this suggests that we're going to have very high standard of play this season. We've already had a break of 6. Oh, I was going to say it's going to be a break of 7, but I think just worried about touching the blue. Just fucked that shot up. So calculating, Me1 6, Me2 1, and suddenly the tables are turned. Me2, oh, that was weak. Me2's rattled by being so far behind. Me1. Oh, that one jingled and jangled. Oh, but what a shot. It jingled and jangled in the pocket, then flew across the top cushion, knocked another red into the top left-hand pocket. And that, my friends, is Me1 saying, I'm back. I'm ready to roll. I'm not taking any spit from anyone. Can't believe Richard didn't ask either player about their feelings about the death of the Queen. Me1 up to 7 and a beautiful snooker. Maybe they'll talk about that afterwards. Me2, he's just going blind. Oh, it was blind. And he just knocked the cue ball right into the top pocket. He's rattled. He's like a rattle that's been rattled by a baby. That's how rattled he is. And you can see from Me1's confident demeanour how happy he is about all this. Oh, but he's just smashed everything there, hoping for a bit of luck. No luck was forthcoming. Me2, can he do anything with this? Oh, just like he didn't follow Fergus Craig's advice. Me1, oh, follows Fergus Craig's advice so it doesn't work out. Me2. And that's the Me2 that the Me2 fans will recognise, just potting a ball there. Can he make it 2 balls in a row? Oh, he had an easy shot and he fucked it up. It was only on a yellow. About the same as, missing and getting. It's about the same result. Me1. What's he aiming for there? I don't know. Me2. That was a good shot. That was a very good shot from Me2. Congratulations. He potted that's the best shot so far. Potted a red and he's on to the pink or the black, really. He's going for the pink. I think he's overshot it. Nearly goes in off. But he's up to 3. What a disappointing start for Me2 fans. Me1. They've been enlivened by this. They're doing this for Her Majesty. Oh, that was beautiful from Me1. A lovely plant. And that's, I'm not talking about the Aspidistra. Oh, doesn't get the pink. Hits it a bit hard, but maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he was after the snooker, which he's done again, right behind the brown as before. Got 4 points from this last time. All the reds in a little line, like John Fergo's about to do a trick shot. Oh, Me2 gets no bounce off the bottom cushion. Also fouls the brown, but it's still only 4 points to Me1. Calculating. Me1, 16. Me2, 3. Me1. He just tries his luck. It doesn't come off. Me2. He needs to get 2 balls in a row in. He hasn't even got 1 there. Me1. That one whizzed all around the board. I wish I could describe what happened there. Me2. That was a... oh. I thought Me2 was back on form. He potted the red, but unfortunately straight in off into the top right-hand pocket. Me1's hit the 20 mark. Sybil didn't predict Me1 getting many more points than this. Me1 has got another brilliant plant from Me1. And he could get a black here. He has got a black. I think he might have... Oh, no, I don't think he's even snookered himself, so that's good. Highest break of the match so far. It's all Me1. It's all Me1 today, my fan friends. Can he get another one to add to his break of 8? The answer to that question is no, but he's 28 plays 3. You have to fancy Me1 at this stage. Me2, it's not over. There's a lot of points to be got. Not if you're playing like that. Me1. Nearly misses the red. He's got enough. He's given Me2 more points in that one shot than Me2 had got in the rest of the match. He's up to 7. And Me2, can he take the momentum now? No, very bad shot. Oh, that was a pretty bad shot from Me1, and Me1's given another 4 points away, another in-off. And is his game crumbling? This is his perennial problem, of course. Me1, the in-offs. 27 plays 11. Now that sounds a bit closer, doesn't it? Me2. He's going to try and double. And that's... Oh... Unlucky. I was going to say that's the Me2 we love. He did a brilliant double, but the cue ball spun its way into the centre pocket there. And Me1 had it's advantage Me1 again. Here he comes. Doesn't even look at that. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Me2. Nearly goes in off. Don't know what he's trying to do there. That's not good. He's given Me1 a fairly straight shot into the top right. Jumps into the pocket, jumps out. But again, Me1 might be happy with that. He's got an incredible snooker. I would say an impossible snooker to get out of here. Me2 goes nowhere near. Again, goes in off. Well, it doesn't go in off because he just goes into the pocket. Me1 seems to be pulling away. Have I got that score right? I feel like Me1 had I've given one out to the wrong. What do you make the score, Andy McH? I make it 32 plays 15. Yeah, I did give it to the wrong one. 36 plays 11. I had a feeling, a bit tired. Me1 is easily winning now. Too easy. Me1. Just trying to get the red ball up the table. Oh my goodness, what a pot. I don't think he was trying to pot that, was he? I don't know. Which should get inside his brain. But he's potted it. He tried to get the green. Everything going. Oh, but a brilliant snooker from Me1. 37 plays 11. Another impossible play, I would say. Me2's going to try and get out of it. He got out of it. That wasn't impossible at all. That was very nicely done. But I think Me1 has got the result he wanted, which is an easy yellow. Oh, Me1. Don't throw it away now, an easy yellow, but he went in off. And that suddenly there's only 22 points between these two players. And loads more than 22 on the old green board. And Me2 has been biding his time. Can he come back from this? Oh, that danced around the pocket like Charles Dance doing the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. Me1. Another snooker. Me2. Gets out the snooker. Oh, nearly pots it. Me1. Just needs to pot a couple of balls here. Seems a bit spooked. Me2. Whew. Risky. Me1. Just as a yellow ball fight. Me1 gets a nice little snook. A snook-de-dook. Me2. No, he's missed that. Hit the green. Oh. 4 points to Me1. Me1 can choose any ball as a yellow because the yellow's miles away, and that's the rules of self-playing snooker. He pots the brown for 2 points. He's now on the yellow. Me1 goes up to 43. Surely he's got this. Me2 needs 30 points. He needs a snooker. And that was not it. Me1. Me2 needs a snooker. That's not it. Me1, there's a thing in the way underneath. Me1 doesn't even go down. Me2. This could last forever. Me2 just hoping and praying for a mistake from Me1, and that could be the snooker. Don't think so. Me1. He's gone in off, and that counts as a snooker. Brilliant play from Me2. He's up to 19. I think he's within pissing distance now. I think he can do this. He's got the yellow. He's gone in off on the green. So 2 points to Me2, taking him over 20. But 4 points to Me1. It's 47 plays 21. 26 between them, 25 on the old green board. Me1 could wrap it up here. He's got the green, but he's gone in off. Oh, it's so exciting. And now there's 22 points between them and 25 on the board. And the old green board. Can Me2 repeat the trick and get this green into the centre pocket? He thinks so, and he can. Hasn't quite got the right angle on the brown, but can he double it? He thinks so, but he can't. Me2, it's not over yet. 47 plays 28. Me1, just desperate to pot some balls. Got to pot the right ones though. And he didn't get that brown in. Me2, this could be a 22 break, but he has to get the brown in first. Me1, very exciting. Me1, oh no, he misses, and he's set up for Me2. Doesn't miss shots like that, though hasn't almost snookered himself. He's made a very difficult shot here for the blue. Oh, he hits the blue, but only just. So I think it's 47 plays 32. Me1 just needs to pot a ball. And that is not it. He's lost his mojo. Me2 has found his mojo. He can't surely win this. Oh my God, he's potted the blue. He's on the pink. It's an easy pink. He's got the pink. He's coming down for a break of 18 to take it. Oh, snatched at it. Well, it couldn't be so simple, could it? So 11 to Me2 takes him up to 43. I think it's 47 plays 43. Me1 had this in the bag. He's got a pretty easy black. Oh, he's missed it. Has he missed it? Oh, Me1. He's not only missed it, he's left it right over the pocket. Me2 cannot believe what's happened. Never question Sybil. She may not have got the score exactly right, but it's close enough. Me1 did not score 27. He scored 47. Me2 did not score 56. Remember, it said 50 something. He scored exactly 50. And that is why that puppet has the magic powers and you do not. It's one of the lowest margins of victory we've had. There's been a couple closer than that. But how the heck did Me2? What do you think, Commentator 2? How do you think that happened? It's just luck, depending on whose go it is and what happens. You nearly got the score wrong. 1 point, probably did it again. You probably got everything wrong anyway. Well, that's what you say. I'm not the referee here. I'm just the commentator. It's 66-75. And I think it's going to be very tricky for Me1 to come back from that. I presume full of grief from the loss of Queen Elizabeth II. And if anything, Me2 pumped up by that loss. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you? If you tried to write that and put it out as a TV show, people would say, well, can't we just watch actual sport rather than someone writing sport for us? But no one would believe if you wrote that. Andy McH, Me2's won 5 of the last 6 matches. He's our resident Andy Zoltzman. Back to you, Richard, in the studio. Yeah, absolutely. I was tired before I saw that, and now I once was tired, but now I'm not so tired. I was blind. Oh, York are 1-0 down. I'm blind, but now I can see. Well done to Me2. Let's first of all talk to Me1. What the hell went wrong there? I don't know, Richard. I think I just literally had to pot any of the colours, didn't I? And I didn't pot any of the colours. I left, in fact, the black quite easily on for Me2. I would just say I've been hit hard this week, as I think most of us have, by the death of an extremely old lady that no one could have predicted that was coming. No one could have prepared for it, mentally, emotionally, financially, and I just like to apologise to my fans, but if you, like me, love Queen Elizabeth II and think she was the best human who ever lived, then you probably would be too distraught to play snooker. I mean, you say that, but you played very well in the first bit and were way ahead, and then just seemed to go wrong at the end. I forgot for a minute about her, and then I remembered her, and then I was upset. All right, Richard, how could you forget Queen Elizabeth? Don't say that. You are fucking cancelled, mate. How could you dare forget the most wonderful woman who ever lived? You're as bad as those protesters. Well, I'm going to go away and lick my wounds. Don't do that. And loads of flies in here. And I'm going to come back stronger next week. Are we going to do this again? Yeah, we have to. It's not fair. I'm 9 frames behind. I've got to do something. Are you sure? I just don't think you're as good as Me2. Doesn't make sense, Rich. Well, let's talk to Me2. He did that for the children in the hospital, I expect. And probably hates Queen Elizabeth. Let's find out. I did it for the children in the hospital, Richard, and I hate Queen Elizabeth II, and I'm delighted she's dead. Look, don't say that. This goes out on the internet. Yeah, but what are the chances of anyone seeing it and clipping it? And well, I would just like to say that I do not share the views of Me2. Doesn't matter, mate. That bit's not going to be in the clip. It's going to be a bloke with your face saying something, and everyone's just going to say that was what he thought. I do not think it. If anyone's bothered to watch the whole thing rather than just the clip, I think reading the football scores out at the start probably will put off most people from watching it. Well, it's their loss, because I have to say Me2, despite me abhorring you and everything you believe in, that was a fantastic frame and brilliant play from you to come back into that. So congratulations. Really set up a wonderful competition there for us. 66-75. We'll see who's the arena's named after next week. Hopefully will still be Abderrahmane Medahawi. Hopefully it will. Well done to Sybil. How do you feel about your prediction? Richard, it happened just as I said, except it would have been 47.50 rather than 27.50. I think that's close enough. You got just one digit wrong on each of the things, so that is you got the units right on one and the tens right in the other, and you had the result right. So always pay attention to Sybil. And you didn't manage to predict that the Queen was going to die. I knew, Richard, though, because I live in every second and every universe and every time. And I know everything and I see everything. And I'm coming to your house tonight. And you'll wake up and I'll be at the end of your bed and I'll be wanking. Can you wank? I don't think that's not just as threatening as your face. Yeah, come and see Rahalastapa. Sorry we won't be on Monday. We'll try and rebook those guests, but if not, we'll try and get them another time. And got Bob Mortimer coming up. We've got Victoria Corrin coming up. We've got Sarah Pascoe coming up. Unbelievably, that one isn't selling out. I thought that would sell out straight away, but please come and see Sarah Pascoe because she's amazing. And they will be available as podcasts. They'll be available as live streams if they sell out. So you can watch the Bob Mortimer and socially distant sports bar if you want in a couple of weeks. We're back with Twitch of Fun on Thursday. We're doing loads of book clubs. Some great book clubs coming up. Fergus Craig's coming up this week. It's Rhys Shearsmith on Hallistapa. And you can watch Doug Stanhope and listen to Doug Stanhope if you like. But from me tonight, from me and all of the me's, and from York City FC, trailing 1-0 at the break. After a 38th minute. I mean, what kind of team scores in the 38th minute when everyone knows it's the 4th minute that's the most important one? Thanks to all sports fans who watched this. It was an extremely good game. Hopefully we'll sort out our technical issues in the future. And for now, from me and all the me's, and all the me's, it's good. It's a really good podcast with Fergus Craig as well. Somebody saying Fergus Craig is great. It's a really entertaining one. All right, see you around. Goodbye.